Okay, first off, let me just apologize for what happened a while back. I accidentally clicked on the publish button while I was still writing the chapter, like it wasn't even halfway done. So yeah, I'm sorry for that. I know a lot of you were really excited and I'm sorry for making you wait so long, but I have my reasons which I will explain in the notice I'll be posting later. But anyway, that aside, it finally happened. One of my stories have finally reached over 800 votes. Like, I'm so happy right now, it's not even funny. I just want to say thank you so much for your support and voting. This story still has a long way to go, but anyway, please vote and comment. Votes help the trees grow and stuff. You get the idea, please enjoy. Degree, Part 1. Popular novel series My Monster Academia is getting an adaptation with the script and screenplay written by number one writer and author himself. She blinks as her eyes widen in shock. Her eyes are playing tricks on her, right? They have to be. Izuku Midoriya. Uraraka's phone slips out of her hands as stares into her bed sheets, her pupils dilated and shaking. She tries to process what she just read but has a hard time doing so, but eventually, her brain clicks. She grabs her phone again and furiously types in the Greenit's name in the search bar. Her thumb hovers over the enter button as she gulps nervously. Come on, Ochako. Just do it. You need to know. She pushes herself before finally tapping on the screen and watching impatiently for the search results. When they do, she's immediately greeted with countless pictures of Deku. She recognizes that wild forest of hair and big green eyes anywhere. Although, everything else surprises her. The red carpet, the tailored suits, the trophies and awards, the crowd of celebrities around him, best-selling novels, the TV guest appearances, the award ceremonies, and of course, his net worth. She gulps again. It's now been 2 hours since she's had this revelation, and everything she's read about, seen and watched regarding the man has left her completely speechless.
Jackass.
Her crush is quite literally a celebrity crush and she doesn't know how to feel about it all. I can't believe this. She mutters to herself. He's so famous, a multi-millionaire even, and the number one writer. She grabs the sides of her head in a panic. How did I not even know? Damn my uniform brain. It wouldn't hurt to update myself with celebrity news once in a while. She sighs heavily and stares at her phone, a picture of Midoriya in a black suit with his banga slicked to the side on her screen. She smiles slightly. He was probably surprised when I didn't recognize him. I wonder why he didn't say anything though. She ponders. Maybe he didn't want me to find out who he was. But I wouldn't tell anyone. She goes quiet for a moment, as she contemplates her statement. She sweat drops. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably would. I mean, I already told Sue and Hamiko about him without even knowing who he really was. Plus, they basically forced it out of me. She says sheepishly before sighing. But there's no way I can tell them about who he is. Knowing those two, they'd probably come up with some elaborate scheme to find out more about our relationship behind my back, just like with the other guys I liked. Promoted stories. You'll also like Captured by Love, BNHA Villain Redemption AU 123K 2.7K Izuku. Midoriya has never felt more confused. Being a villain has taught him to never get attached to anyone, because they'll either end up betraying you, or you'll be. Celebrity Scandal Iswocha Fanfic 25.9K 779 Quirkless. Book 1 completed, started. Ended. February 25, 2023. It started from a reunion, the one of an ordinary singer in a club, Ochako Uraraka and the Devilish. BNHA. The Paths He Chooses Book 1. A Fate of Few, 150K 2.6 Kits. A normal day for Izuku as he completes his normal routine and goes to school, Along the way he runs into Yui Kodai, a quiet and mysterious girl of Class 1B, the New Love, Izutoga, 0.8K 960 read. This description you will need it promise me this is my first fanfic. Warning, there is mature content in here. This story is featuring Armik Izuku getting C. Checkmark one-sided 140K 5.2K. This is a Baku Deku fanfic. Izuku's dream of being a hero changes after he got diagnosed to be quirkless. That dream had become a distant a fantasy but he soon twisted. Infamous Child Iswocha fanfic 15.2K 548 quirkless. Book 2 started. April 12, 2023 ended. March 2, 2025 both Midoriya and Uraraka will face something they aren't ready for, a family and become parents Toget. Playboy Hollow right pointing triangle Bakudaku 249K 7.7K. But that isn't going to stop me from taking back what was rightfully mine from the fucking beginning. Izuku and Uraraka are best friends, nothing could ever tear the. She let herself fall back onto her bed and groaned. But now that I know I've gotta talk to Deku about this. But, how do I bring it up? Hey, by the way, I know you're celebrity now so you can stop pretending you're not lol. She thinks aloud but then cringes at herself. Nope, that doesn't sound right. Oh, what do? I can't see him again until I figure out how to talk to him or I might ruin it between us. I don't want to push him away. She grabs her pillow over her head and groans again while flailing her legs. Wait, she stops and shoots up into a seated position, moving the pillow into her lap. I can ask Najire. She grabs her phone and goes into WhatsApp to look for Najire's chat when she receives a message from none other than Midoriya himself. Ah, she screams and dropping her phone on the floor. Damn it, she curses and scurries to get it. Please don't be cracked. Please don't be cracked. Please don't be cracked. It's cracked. Damn it all. She yells in frustration as she stares at the long crack across her screen along with the several small cracks at the top. She sighs in defeat. At least it still works. But I can't afford to buy another one so I gotta be careful. She looks at her chats and clicks on Midoriya's. I wonder what he's texting me for. He said he'd be really busy this week so. Izuku Midoriya. Hey Raraka. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to ask if you're free this Friday. I'll be off work from Thursday, so I'd really like to see you. Uraraka blushes at, I'd really like to see you. Why does he always know how to get her so flustered? She shakes her head and rereads the message. So I'm guessing that work he was talking about must be the TV adaptation for his novel series. Well, Friday is 5 days from now so that gives me enough time to think of what to say to him. She says, feeling determined before sheepishly adding, oh, and study a little. Those finals are still coming up. After typing in a reply she sends it. Ochako Uraraka. Yeah, I'm definitely free smile smile when do you want to meet up? Same time as always. Now that she thought about, Midoriya being famous explains why he only ever met her at night. She really just thought he didn't like crowded places. He soon replies, Izuku Midoriya. Actually, I was thinking we could meet up a little earlier, like around 9 maybe. I also wanted to go somewhere different this time. I mean, I love the cafe and all but I would just like a change of scenery. This surprised Uraraka, changing time and place. And where else did he want to go exactly? Izuku Midoriya. There's this secluded area in the city's local park where I used to play as a kid. It's quiet, peaceful and has a great view of the lake. If you don't want to go it's fine, we could still go to the cafe if you want. Uraraka's brain whispers uncertainty but her heart screams romantic. So naturally, she listens to her heart. I trust Deku. He'd never do anything to hurt me. I mean, if he wanted to, he probably would have done it by now. She reassures herself. Ochako Uraraka. Yeah, sure. Let's meet up at the second entrance of the park. I'll bring some food. Izuku Midoriya. Perfect. I'll bring some things too. See you then, Uraraka. I already can't wait. Uraraka smiles. Ochako Uraraka. Yeah, me too. She leaves Midoriya's chat and sighs blissfully. But then she begins to panic all of a sudden. Wait, I forgot that I still need to talk to him. But what am I gonna say? She whined before remembering. Oh right, Najire. She searches for her senior's chat and starts texting her. I hope she can meet up with me tomorrow. Tilda. Meanwhile, Midoriya smiles at the reply from Uraraka. He was a little scared she might decline the idea of going somewhere else since they only ever meet at the cafe. But he really wants a change of scenery and he's glad she trusts him enough to agree to it, although, she's still a bit too naive and trusting for her own good. Midoriya sweat drops. Hopefully she'll grow out of it. Hey Midoriya, we've arrived. The greenette looks up from his phone, remembering he was in his car coming back home from work. He looks out the car window to meet the night sky before sighing. He turns his gaze to the blonde in the driver's seat and smiles tiredly. Thanks, Ojiro. I appreciate your hard work. I promise once I'm done with all this you can take a break. Midoriya chuckles. Don't sweat it, Midoriya. Just doing my job. Ojiro smiles back but turns to him warily. Although, I'll admit that you continuously forgetting stuff is a bit tedious. Midoriya scratches the back of his head nervously. Yeah, sorry, I thought it was just my laptop, but I somehow forgot my script hardcopy with notes, my recommended actors list, my favorite green tea, my headphones and my personal paperback copies of the novel series. Seriously, you could have just used the ones they had there. But mine had very specific notes on how things were supposed to be written in the script so you could double check. I know, but next time you want to use the excuse of wanting to be prepared, trying being prepared. Midoriya tries to think of an argument but ends up dropping his head and sighing heavily. Right, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. He apologizes. It better not, Ojiro warns playfully. But seriously though, it's not like you to be so forgetful. What's going on, man? Midoriya stares at him in surprise before looking away and pursing his lips. He eventually brings his gaze back to Ojiro, forcing a smile. I'm fine, just a little more stressed and tired than usual. He lies, hoping the other male will note his fatigue and drop the topic. He isn't completely lying, but he'd rather not speak the whole truth. He'll just get worried about me and tell the others. Then they'll get worried, and I'll never be able to rest. He thinks, I just need to get myself together. I've learned to take care of myself for years, I don't need people to start fretting over me now. Unsurprisingly, Ojiro doesn't look convinced, but he's not one to pry for information, so he takes the response and doesn't ask further. Regardless, he does tell him good night. Right, good night, Ojiro, Midoriya says back as they both step out of the greenette's car. He walks Ojiro over to his own and he gets in. Have a safe drive home. Thanks, you get a good night's sleep, alright. The blonde chauffeur replies and Greenette nods. Ojiro hesitates for a moment but then adds. Oh, and don't forget to say hi to Toru for me. I'd do it myself, but I gotta get going. Midoriya smiles softly, a slight hint of pity in his expression. No problem, I'll definitely tell her. Thanks, I appreciate it. Ojiro says back sheepishly. Well, I see you tomorrow, boss. Take care. He then winds up his window and drives off, leaving Midoriya standing in front of the entrance. The greenette yawns and smiles before making his way inside the building. The elevator trip to his suit seems longer than usual and he nearly dozes off. What time is it? He mutters to himself tiredly. He fishes his pants pocket for his phone, but it slips out of his hands once he pulls it out. Shit, he blurts out, quickly picking it up. Please be fine, please be fine, please be fine. It isn't fine. Screw it, he grumbles as he scans the zigzag crack on the top half of his screen. I needed a new phone anyway. But it's not so bad, I'll wait it out. He checks the time and it's 11 p.m. Oh sacred sleep schedule, he thinks warily. How I've forsaken you once again. Please forgive me. Ding. The elevator stops and Midoriya sighs in relief. Okay, now I just gotta tell Toru Ojiro said hi and then get to that appointment with my bed. I'm already late, as the doors part and the exhausted Greenette is met with loud music and confetti to the face. Lots of it, some of it goes into his mouth. Surprise. Midoriya spits out the confetti and squints his eyes to see his friends all standing in front of him with party favors, party poppers, fresh alcohol bottles, party hats, different assortments of junk food and a giant rectangular cake with his smiling face on it. Unfortunately, his current expression doesn't even come close to matching it. Congratulations on working on yet another adaptation for one of your novel series, Midoriya. Ashido yelled, blowing on a party favor. Yeah, you rock, man, Kirishima added, slapping the Greenette on the back unintentionally hard. As Midoriya winced, Shiro and Kaminari shoved the drinks in his face. We got your favorite alcohol, man. Let's drink the night up, Kaminari exclaims. And we ordered you a cake. Sato made it green tea flavored tilde. Jiro says as Melissa holds up the cake. And we've got your favorite song playing. Hagakure's clothed yet invisible form manifests above them before she starts dancing in the air. Musical note, make my story tilde musical note by Lenny Fiction. Midoriya face palms and takes in a deep breath before breathing out again. He's really annoyed. Why do I have such spontaneous friends? Why do I know these people? Why? A part of him wants to kick all of them out in a fit of rage, but another part kind of appreciates the gesture and ultimately he calms down. Thanks guys, but I really can't tonight. I've gotta be up early for the next 4 days and I need the rest. He informs them, attempting a smile. Ah, really Dex? Ashido pouts. Not even for a few minutes. Hagakure hovers lower and begs. Sorry I can't. I appreciate it though, so you don't have to waste everything. You can celebrate without me just, in another sweet. Cut Ari and I a slice of cake though. It looks good. They all exchange glances. Alright, you win, Kirishima says. Go get some rest, man, you deserve it. Yeah, sleep well, Midoriya. We'll party hard in your honor. Jiro says and everyone else agrees. Wait, so no piñata hitting? Bakugo asks from the couch. He was quietly playing video games and he's also wearing a party hat and looks genuinely upset. I was promised piñata hitting. No, Bakugo, no piñata hitting. Ashido replies and sends him a wink. At least not here. Bakugo catches the hint and sighs before saving the game and standing up. TCH. Well, that fucking sucks. I love breaking stuff in Deku's suite. After putting off the TV, he saunters to the rest with his hands in his pocket. I never have to clean up shit. Midoriya rolls his eyes and yawns. Right, well thanks again guys, I'm going to bed. He walks past them before abruptly stopping. Wait a second. He slowly turns around, his eyes narrowed suspiciously. The others grow nervous and tense at the change in tone. What is it? Ashido asks. Midoriya hums skeptically. Is Ari asleep? The others quietly sigh and Kaminari chuckles. Phew, I thought he was onto UAAUURRGGH. Before he can finish, Bakugo socks him in the stomach before replying calmly. Yeah, she's sleeping. She's got her earbuds in too. Midoriya's either too tired to have noticed his childhood friend assaulting the other blonde male or just doesn't care. Oh good. Well good night, he says before trudging his way up the stairs. Although, he pauses again. Oh, I almost forget. Toru. Yeah, the ghost girl responds. Midoriya sends her a smile. Ojiro says hi. Hagakure looks on at the greenette silently. The others exchange sad glances just as their poltergeist friend responds with a blissfully unaware tone. Oh, he did. That's so nice of him. Nice to know I'm being remembered by someone I've only known for a short time. Yeah, Midoriya says, well, have fun. And with that he continues on his way. The room is quiet for a moment before Ashido whispers. Alright guys, he's gone. The plan worked. Yeah, but it almost didn't thanks to a certain someone. Jiro glares at her boyfriend who's still whining in pain. Yeah, but you didn't have to punch me Bakugo. I fucking did and I'll do it again. Well, in any case it still worked. Zero says, Operation Fake Party equals Fake Alibi is a success. Alright, so let's continue the rest of Asui's plan. Ashido grins mischievously. Yeah. Kirishima and Zero cheers loudly. SSSHHH. Melissa hushes them while Bakugo looks ready to hit someone again. Sorry. They apologize. Let's just clean up and get out of here before Midoriya actually gets suspicious. Jiro advises. Degree. 10 minutes later. Careful Denki. Don't screw this up man. I'll pick the perfect spot in the graveyard to bury you if you do. Alright, I get it. Seriously. Kaminari shouts as he tiptoes down the hall of the upper floor in Midoriya's suite. But I still don't get why I'm the one who has to do this. Alright, so here's the gist. After cleaning and leaving a few minutes ago, Midoriya's troublesome group of friends and Melissa all gathered at Bakugo's suite since it's next door to the Greenets. And from Bakugo's balcony, Midoriya's balcony's only a meter away. So through the balcony, they can enter into his living room. The doors are unlocked, that is. Fortunately, Hagakure is there to help out with that problem, and that's how Kaminari got in. The reason why they chose Kaminari is because he's just that unfortunate friend who has to play bait, decoy and lackey. So he basically has no say. After nearly falling while trying jump from Bakugo's balcony to Midoriya's, Hagakure led him in and he quietly went upstairs. Which brings everything back to now where Kaminari has finally reached the Greenet's bedroom. He gulps and slowly opens the door, peeking his head in to see Midoriya's sleeping form. Kaminari, are you in? Ashido asks from his phone. Yeah, Kaminari whispers his reply, holding his phone to his mouth. Midoriya's sound asleep. Good, but still be careful. You don't want to get caught. Ashido instructs him. We won't save you. Thanks for the reassurance. The blonde male mutters before creeping in. He slowly closes the door behind him to prevent the Greenette from waking up because of the external light. He quietly makes his way towards Midoriya's work desk where he clearly sat in before going to bed from the way his laptop is half closed and the rolling chair is still out. Kaminari gains the urge to push in the chair and fix the table but knows how hectic Midoriya's memory is. He'll definitely know something's up when he wakes up. When he's finally standing in front of the table he searches for what he came here for. The Greenet's phone. He searches and searches but can't seem to find it. Where the hell is it? He yells quietly as he whips his head all over the place. Finally, after nearly 2 minutes pass, he sees it but it's in the worst possible place. His hand. Fuck me, he silently curses as he dreads what has to be done. Hey babe, what's going on? Jiro's hushed voice calls him. I found Midoriya's phone but he's still holding it. Kaminari whines to his girlfriend. Shit, hold on, we'll think of something. She says. It's quiet on the other end for a few seconds before Zero talks. Okay, dude, you're gonna have to take it out his hand. What? Are you crazy? I am not a delicate person. It's a miracle I've gotten this far with my terrible track record of sneaking into his suite. If I touch him, I'll get caught for sure. He's got a point, guys. Zero agrees. Well, what else are we gonna? Ashido begins before she stops and gasps. The sound of her grabbing the phone is soon followed by her voice. Get Toru. What? Why? You do realize she can't touch the phone, right? Kaminari asks, feeling puzzled. I'm well aware, Lightning Boy, just get her. Ugh, fine, but I don't know what you're planning. After retrieving the ghost girl, Ashido instructs her on what to do. Both her and Kaminari seem surprised at the suggestion, but Hagakure ultimately agrees. The poltergeist moves to hover over Midoriya's body. Slowly, she descends before her translucent body phases into the greennets. After a couple of seconds, Midoriya's eyes open, but they're glowing pink. His body moves to sit up and starts to look at his hands. It worked. Toru cheers in Midoriya's voice, having successfully possessed the male. Now we can check his phone. Kaminari takes a moment to process all this before eventually sighing. Why does this feel so wrong? Great. Now screenshot all his chats with Uraraka and send them to my phone, then delete the messages from his side. Got it, Toru says as she grabs the Greenet's phone and does just that. Nobody bothers to ask how she knows his password. When she's finally done, she places his phone down, lays Midoriya's body back on his bed and leaves it. The Greenet shivers for a moment before unconsciously grabbing his blanket to cover himself. Great job, Toru. You can come back now, Kaminari, Ashido says. Thanks. I've never tried possessing anyone before. The ghost says, although, I don't think I'll do it often. Why was I even needed? Like, honestly, what am I doing here? The blonde thinks as he turns to leave, sighing heavily. Once Kaminari and Toru get back to Bakugo's suite, the group begin to go through the Greenet's messages, which allow them to get an idea of Midoriya and Uraraka's relationship. They're clearly not dating each other, but the constant flirting shows that there is an attraction between them. So nothing too out of the ordinary. When they finally reach the most recent messages, their interest peaks. So they're meeting up on Friday, Ashido muses, stroking her chin deviously. Well, we gotta check him out. Looks like Midoriya wants to meet up at the park. The one him and Bakugo used to play at. Kirishima points out. PSSH, probably wants to be romantic or some shit, Bakugo comments as he plays his video game. Maybe he's gonna ask her out. Hagakure suggests excitedly. Well, we'll have to wait and see now, won't we? Ashido smirks. I'll inform Asui about everything. Things are about to get interesting. I don't know, I've got a bad feeling. Melissa mutters, smiling nervously. Kaminari, surprising, nods in agreement. You aren't the only one. Degree. Thanks for reading. Next chapter coming out hopefully later this week. Remember, 50 plus votes keeps my hands typing, and I might feature some fan art in the next chapter. Just saying, carrot carrot. If you want, you can send it to my email address here. animegirl2468@gmail.com. I'll feature it along with my own, and it doesn't have to be crazy. It can be a traditional drawing, line art, whatever you know. Lots of love, Heart. Destiny style anime, where stories live. Discover now.